Thank you. As you may remember, innovation zones would have essentially allowed companies to buy land and create their own government within those zones. But as Brian Hoffman reports, that bill has now been tabled for further review to answer questions posed not only by politicians, but the counties in which these zones would be placed.
It really comes as no surprise. We kept saying we haven't seen a bill, it's lagging behind. We've heard rumors that we might have a special session for innovation zones. And then the formal announcement came.
The idea of innovation zones, which would allow tech companies like blockchains to use the land they own to form its own government, is a very complicated one with many questions to be answered.
My concern wasn't the smart city as much as own form of governance, doing business in Nevada. How does that impact us?
And because of all these questions, and perhaps both Lyon and Story County officials openly opposing the bill in its current form, the bill has been pulled from consideration this legislative session.
I think it's a reality check for the governor that he needed some more information.
Even though that innovation zone bill is off the table for the 2021 legislature, the governor today did announce plans of forming a joint bipartisan committee to look further into the issue and answer some questions that are raising from both sides of the aisle.
There are lots of stakeholders in the community that were interested and concerned, and this will give us an opportunity to have that kind of input so that we can make informed decisions and avoid as many of those unintended consequences as possible.
Now, this special joint committee will be working with county, city, and state officials to help answer questions brought up at various levels. Questions like who would have the final say to authorize an innovation zone in certain jurisdictions, and they cannot currently be answered.
The short answer is no one knows. No one has the answers to those questions, and these are reasons why we need to hear from the counties, hear from activists that care about water consumption. We need to hear from environmentalists. We need to hear from the tribes. We need to hear from those counties that are going to be impacted by it to make sure that we answer those questions so we can make an informed decision. We're just not there yet.
Covering the story, Brian Hoffman, 2 News.
And with just more than a month left in the 2021 legislative session, please stay with 2 News for continuing coverage on the air and on our 2 News app.